Good afternoon to everybody. Good afternoon again. And this is our 5th day of our FDP from EFL Department, Ramapuram campus. I welcome you all, one and all, over here. Thanks for joining us. I request the participants to wait till 3:30 for the end of the session, and then we will be posting our feedback link. And there will be a question answer session near about by 3:30. The participants can raise questions. Participants can message their questions in the chat box. Now I formally request our Dr. Rama, our head of the department, to introduce our chief guest.
Thank you, Kavita. Good things, friends, have to come to an end, and so does our 5-day online international faculty development program on language and literature, tools to understand society and culture. Happy noon, attendees. On behalf of the Department of English and Other Foreign Languages, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ramapuram campus, I welcome you all to the grand finale of the 5-day faculty development program. Today, we have an expert talk on a different and a very useful domain, English language teaching. In this context, I extend my hearty welcome to the resource person, Dr. Julius Irudayasamy, Assistant Professor, College of Arts and Applied Sciences, Dhofar University, Oman. He'll take you through the various aspects of best practices in teaching and learning as teachers and researchers. Sir, I place on record my sincere thanks to you for having taken your time off and for sharing your knowledge with us today. And I also once again want to welcome you, sir, and thank you very much on behalf of the institution and the management. But before we move to the expert talk, I invite my colleague, Dr. Emmanuel, to present the chief guest to the gathering. Over to Dr. Emmanuel.
Thank you, ma'am. Here is a short profile of Dr. Julius Irudayasamy, Assistant Professor at Department of Language and Literature, Dhofar University, Oman. Dr. Julius Irudayasamy, being as an Assistant Professor at the Department of English, Language and Literature, Dhofar University, Oman, teaches ESP courses, skill courses, and core courses at the undergraduate and postgraduate levels. Apart from a book chapter, he has presented papers at the international conferences and published Scopus indexed and Web of Science research papers. His field of research includes ELT, computer assisted language learning, and mobile technology in the teaching and learning process. He has been teaching English language since 1992. First, he joined the Ministry of Education in Oman as a school teacher, and later he earned his PhD degree in ELT and got TESOL training from the Trinity College, London, and joined Dhofar University in 2007. He received the Best Teacher Award in 2005 and 2006 at the Ministry of Education and the Best Community Service Award at Dhofar University in 2018. In addition to teaching, he serves as a Quality Assurance Coordinator at the College of Arts and Applied Sciences, Dhofar University. Sorry, sir, it's indeed a great pleasure to have you amidst us this afternoon to deliberate on best practices in teaching and learning for teachers and researchers. Okay, you are welcome to the studio and to deliberate on your topic.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Nice meeting. Being the last day of these 5-day online international faculty development program, it's really indeed my pleasure. Thank you so much. SRM University administration in general, that's my wish. And I would like to thank the administration, the Department of English and other foreign languages in particular, especially the convener, Dr. Rama, professor and head, and faculty coordinators, Dr. Sridevi and Miss Kavita and Dr. Emmanuel, for everyone, for giving me this opportunity to address the gathering. Can you see the screen? Being one of the prestigious universities in India, it's my privilege to address such a gathering and share my experience. Of course, best practices in teaching and learning, this is just limited. What I'm going to present today is just, I would like to share my experience. Apart from that, you would have experienced better practices, or there may be other better practices. I'm willing to learn more. I joined the Ministry of Education in 1995. Since then, I have got a very good experience with the school students in teaching English language. And in the beginning, it was a very, very challenging job. I wanted to quit immediately after the first year. But later on, I thought that first year, the challenging year, helped me a lot to move further until 2021. Once again, thanks a lot for inviting me for this professional development program. My presentation will be in three parts: history of professional development program, best practices for the teachers, and I would like to touch a few things on the researchers as well, because each and every day what we teach is definitely a kind of a research, I would say. In 1920s, it was called in-service training and even staff development program. Even I remember when I worked in Subramaniam Polytechnic, there was a profession like staff development officer. So it was limited, though I got a very good training from that officer. And then later on, time to time, in all such programs, I have received very good training from my colleagues and from my higher-ups. Actually, the 5 models here by Dennis Parks in 2002, it was released. It was called a kind of training. Yes, of course, training not before what we teach, during teaching, in-service training. And of course, individually guided staff development, it's called. And even through observation and assessment. That is, there are many stages of training. This is one of the stages, and inquiry based, of course. Without question, there is no philosophy. So totally everything is involved in a nutshell, like. So it's though as for the other future lectures. We understand in and out of that one particular lesson. It's like that. School students should be taught English directly without mother tongue or using mother tongue. Please explain. Regards, Dr. Pramod Shukla. Okay. School students should be taught English directly without mother tongue. Okay. I'll take it into, it's again under a kind of experiment. I can give you the example of one when I was studying in the UK, preparing for this TESOL program. There was 1 week course. It's called Unknown Language. The program, that 1 week's lesson was about unknown language. They taught, the trainer taught us Polish, okay? Because we don't know. All the students don't know anything about A or Z about that particular language. And then we were wondering why like this, why this 1 week class on unknown language. Later, like every day, we were able to say something, and then there was a lesson, just a reading lesson. We are listening, the teacher is reading, like the pace, for example, background music. With a background music, teacher is reading like slow pace and medium, at last high pitch. So from the tone itself, though we didn't understand the language, from the tone itself, we were able to understand what kind of theme of that particular reading. At last they asked, what do you think about, at least some kind of knowledge you would have observed from this? We were able to discuss, and the teacher said, yes, the theme is correct. Whereas we couldn't exploit much on that, but this is one. And at the end of that lecture, they asked, why did you learn this? Do you understand why? Why did we introduce this kind of lesson for 1 week? Unknown language. At the end, we had to write a kind of a project, 10 to 15 pages of project of this unknown language. It's like in many, many areas we use as per the requirement. It depends upon the requirement or the task, what we intend to teach. And we are not going to teach the students Bloom's taxonomy. It should indirectly, it should, the achievement should take place. That is the beauty of that. So actually that again, if I elaborate, we need a lot of time to describe or explain in detail Bloom's taxonomy. Even the book that what we use, Cambridge University Press, what we use here, many textbooks we use, everything is based on, especially one version is there on Log 4 in one of the colleges here in the foundation program they use. It's all completely based on the research, real authentic texts based on the Gulf region. So it depends how, in what way we apply. Should I join reflective teaching course from TESAT Mumbai? Is it helpful for me to sharpen my professional teaching? Thank you very much. Okay. Yes, if you think, I don't know about this particular